won against Colombia 84-49 in their first meeting. Venezuela then beat Colombia again. Colombia got their lone win on June 29th against Chile in their last game. So they come into this game on a winning streak. They're going for their second win. We're going to pause for the national anthems.
Ahora los invitamos a entonar el himno de Colombia.
Well, the national anthems have been played, and the players greet each other mid-court. Well, they'll know each other. They've met each other before, and if they maybe don't know someone, I'm sure some of the others will be happy to introduce them. Jorge Vasquez, Christian Wilmore, and Steven Anderson will be calling the shots tonight in this important game. Those are the referees. Brazil, well, it's a who's who roster. Scott Machado, Iago Mateus, Rafael Heitzheimer, Jonathan Dos Santos, Vitor Benite, Marcelino Huertas, Jimmy de Oliveira, Anderson Varejao, Lucas Silva, Leonardo Mandel, Lucas Cipollini, and Renan Lenz playing for coach Alexander Petrovic. And it's Benite, Huertas, Anderson Varejao, Lucas Silva, and Leonardo Mandel, who will be in that starting five. I mean, Huertas, one of the all-time greats of Brazilian basketball without question, and Varejao, and especially Varejao coming back and playing now that his NBA career is over. But Petrovic, the brother of the late Drazen Petrovic and the former Croatia coach, well, he's done a great job. Colombia, Jorge Salazar, Luis Almanza, Michael Jackson, Stalin Ortiz, Angelo Atencia, John Mejia, John Hernandez, Asprilla, Mosquera, Estrotha, Mendoza, all play for Guillermo Moreno, the coach of this Colombia team, and they will be fired up about going up, as we said, against this Brazil team. Starting five for them will be Jackson, Ortiz, Atencia, Asprilla, and Mosquera. And there is the veteran coach himself, Guillermo Moreno. There's the great Marcelo Huertas. Played for so many years for this Brazil national team. So many memories of him in that Brazil shirt. And my first are watching him. We're watching him back at the 2006 FIBA Basketball World Cup in Japan. And both he and Splitter were big-time servants for that national team. And Splitter now has retired. Here you see Guillermo Moreno going over the last minute reminders, tactics, whatever. It's not a case of if you don't know it now, well, you'll never know it. It's a case of brushing up and reminding everybody. Here's Petrovic. I don't think there's any doubt that Petrovic is a bright mind. He's confident in his own abilities. We know that, and for good reason. We saw him lead Croatia, remember, to victory in the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament in Italy in Turin back in 2016, and then steered Croatia. Well, they got that title, beating Italy in the final, and then getting to the Olympics at Rio, where they had the best record in the group phase before falling in the quarterfinals to rival Serbia. But after that, he took on a new challenge of, well, in fact, he coached Croatia at Eurobasket 2017, and then immediately after last summer's Eurobasket was appointed coach of Brazil. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Medellin, Colombia. This is the FIBA Basketball World Cup 2019 America's qualifier between Colombia and Brazil. And Colombia going for their second win in the qualifiers. And if they're going to get it, they're going to get it against one of the, you'd have to describe them as one of the powerhouses of not only South American basketball, but international basketball. Brazil have perhaps played second fiddle for the last 15 years to Argentina in South America for the most part. But before that, and then even recent times, they've been one of the strongest teams. So Anderson Varejão unsuccessful as he gets inside, and then Vitor Benite trips up Ortiz as he crosses midcourt. Well, it didn't trip him up. He was reaching in, harassing him, and Ortiz fell over, but they called the foul on Vitor Benite. The long one, no good. And here comes Brazil. And the rejection, not in my house, says Mosquera. But then Colombia and Jackson lose control of the ball, goes out of bounds. Here it is again. Benite goes in for what he thinks is going to be a layup. But Mosquera says, not so fast, hombre. There's Huertas. Marcelinho. Some people call him Marcelo. So long, a huge success in Spain's Liga Endesa. Went to the NBA, played a couple of seasons with the Lakers, and has since returned to Europe. Played for Baskonia. And the battle down low and the rebound by Brazil. Well, Benite has it. Pulls up for three. And Huerta sneaks in there and gets the offensive rebound and put back. Well, pulling up on the break. Now Benite drives in and scores. I'll tell you, in the big games, Benite is the guy you want to watch. That was, by the way, that was Hansel Atinthia. Excuse me, that was Marcelino Huertas that scored that last basket. Both he and Benite wearing the beards, and inside it goes. And Asprilla can't control the pass, can't catch the pass from Atinthia, so it goes out of bounds and back over to Huertas. Marcelino Huertas dribbles right, now over to Vitor Benite. Benite in the lane, gets it up on the rim, and it falls through the hoop. So with that, Coach Moreno calls timeout over there on the bench of Colombia.
Vamos a jugárnosla con el pick and roll, pero que no nos metan bandejas fáciles. Vamos a jugárnosla con el pick and roll. Vamos a ayudar, vamos a tratar de esto. Hey, traer la ayuda del otro lado. Hey, en ataque. Hey, vamos. Con atencia. Vamos en caja. Vamos para acá. Hey. Poste de aquí, pantalla. Sube. Pasamos.
Para Lucas e depois subes, ok? Ei, pero porque ele fez assim pra mim que ele ia bloquear o cara. Mas não dá pra ficar muito tempo. Não, você vai embora, eu vou com o drible. Continua com este cerrado 1 contra 1. Ei, continuamos, continuamos.
Have to be impressed by the Portuguese Coach Petrovic was speaking during the timeout. He didn't know it before he moved to the country, and he started learning it. And that was one reason why I think there was a pretty quick connection with the Brazilian players. They respected the fact that he was not really necessarily taking my way or the highway approach, but hey, I want to make you guys feel comfortable and let you believe that I'm one of you. Another turnover for Colombia. Now Benite, long rebound. Back into the hands now of Huertas. Marcelo Huertas. Cross court. Long shot, rebounded by the Colombians. And the foul called on Mendel. Three-pointer is good from Ortiz. Well, that'll settle the nerves a little bit for the Colombian fans. It was Lucas Silva who missed at the other end, and now Silva grabs the rebound. An offensive foul. Anderson Varejão is beside himself. Doesn't understand. Look at this. Well, called for the bump. I think he started to set a pick, get in the way, and the referee didn't like it. So he called the foul. Mosqueda picks up the ball. Atenthia into the paint, hands it off to Asprilla. It's up and good. Now it's a one-point game. Oh, goodness me. Marcelinho driving in from the left, and then just a little flick of the wrist with his right hand. So Marcelinho Huertas at the free throw line, looking to complete a three-point play, and he does. Mosquera drives in. Benite with the rebound. Verjao goes down, holding his face. Mandel fouled as he drives in from the right corner. Cipollini in the game now. Benite! Four points now for Vitor Benite. He and Marcelo Huertas are the ones doing the damage. Atencia again hands it off to Esprilla. Zhao gets the rebound. Marcelinho, entry pass, stolen. Jackson on the break. An excellent finish that time by Stalin Ortiz. Oh, beautiful pass from Marcelinho. And then Verjao gets it over to Mandel, but he misses the three. But the razzle-dazzle from Marcelinho, the pass between his legs to Anderson, Verjao, who then left it to the wide open teammate. The ball almost goes in. But Colombia do not come away with points. Now Benite chases it down. He's left open, so he's going to shoot it. Beautiful pass again from Huertas. Oh, behind the back, but maybe a little bit too much pizzazz. And now Coach Petrovic is like, come on, guys. That was the Marcelinho Huertas pass inside, and it finished with the Stalin Ortiz layup. So Scott Machado getting off the bench to get into the game. So he takes over from the veteran Huertas. Penetration drive, and the bank is open. Almanza. And three-point shot from Rafael Hetzheimer. Always shot the ball well as a big man. Mosquera goes up for the flush. He's got a little extra bounce in his step tonight. Mandel comes out of the game. There's Machado. Another 2 points for the Brazilians, led by Hetzheimer, quite a weapon coming off the bench, Hetzheimer, and another of those Brazilians that played at the Olympics. Long shot from Atentia, but rims out. Benite, Cipollini, good! Mosquera misses. Hetzheimer for three. That was back. Comes off the back of the rim. Now Machado. And Cipollini picks it up. Back outside, but Brazil do not get the shot off in time. Atentia for three, and that gets it back to a 5-point game. Final 20 seconds, and Alexander Petrovic says, let's hold it for one, boys. So let's see, what play are we going to run? So Hetzheimer comes up high. Machado doubled. Cipollini finds Hetzheimer down low. A pump fake. That's all you need. And he earns a trip to the free throw line. This was Atensi at the other end. Remember, Brazil trying to bounce back from their loss earlier in this window at Venezuela. But every result counts for these teams as they go into the second round. For Colombia, they're just trying to get to the second round. They need to win this and hope that Chile lose. Atensia put it up, but it's not good enough. So Brazil win the opening exchanges. They have a 19-14 lead at the end of one. So here are the stats at the shooting stats. 5 of 8 for Brazil from inside the arc, 3 of 9 from deep. And the scoring keeps changing as we speak here. Anyway, apologies, folks. Here's some highlights. Really was the guard play for Brazil in that first quarter that carried them, kind of set the tone with Marcelinho Huertas and Vitor Benite. And right now, they brought in Scott Machado. So the 2 free throws by Hetzheimer did make it 21-14, just to clarify that. You've got Dos Santos in as well. Jonathan Dos Santos, who will be inbounding the ball. Jimmy de Oliveira also in the game, number 10. So we are back in action now. Dos Santos over to Hetzheimer. Quick pass over to Hetzheimer off the front of the iron. And Machado, you might recognize him from his American collegiate days if you're in the U.S. taking in this game. Played at Iona. Entry pass to Cipollini. Maybe not a good idea there. And that 3-point attempt went in and came out for Jorge Salazar. Dos Santos puts it up, no good. Also in the game, Michael Henestroza, number 14, the big center. And there is his rebound, but an offensive foul on the rebound. Was it on Hernandez? Yes, it was, for pushing off coming in. Caught red-handed, I'd say. Not sure why he's shaking his head there. He's just fired up. Now Machado dribbling behind his back. Into the corner, Cipollini. Three-pointer is good. That's right. Just get in the rock. We know Atencia can shoot it. He's drilled a couple now. Also in the game, the highly rated youngster, Iago Mateus for Brazil. But it's Colombia that are doing the running right now. 21-19. And that was the shot that preceded that one, the three from Atencia. That was his first three. And then you had this breakaway.
Últimos 5 puntos es por 2 males tiros y no volver atrás. Recibimos 5-0, ¿ok? ¡Oh! Se trata de ver. Jogamos giro arriba. Mover balón, atacar. Hey.
Aleo, pasamos ahí, si no Atencia se viene. Hey, mantén. Hey, si la pantalla, miren esto, si la pantalla es de los 3 puntos para acá, pasamos por debajo, no cojamos lucha ahí.
Well, anytime you can get baskets in transition, that's a good way to score, and Colombia beat the Brazil defense up the floor that time. Here's Iago. Mateus, one of the youngsters who's really, I dare say, Petrovic has fallen in love with, the way he's raved about him. Benite. Well, Benite inside to Hetzheimer. Well, Hetzheimer looks, well, Atencia puts that one up, and then Iago hits the long rebound. Goes behind his back. Could go all the way. Hands it off to Cipollini. And he was fouled. So Hetzheimer looks heavier than he did when he was playing in Spain and playing at the Olympics. In fact, looks like he's just carrying more weight, perhaps a little bit more muscle. Here's Petrovic thinking out loud. Hetzheimer has been playing for Bauru in Brazil. He's now 32 years of age. Good shooting big man. So Cipollini takes it up to a 4-point lead. Mando behind the back, Cipollini. Three-pointer, no good. Iago takes it down low, back outside, and just to illustrate my point, Hetzheimer drills the three-pointer. Hernandez turns and is fouled by Cipollini. Taking the jumper. Cipollini just slid in perhaps a little too late. That was Iago with the penetration and then kicking it back out to Hetzheimer. Anderson Verjal comes back into the game and replaces Hetzheimer. A lot of minutes here for Cipollini. Hernandez certainly not short of passion and emotion. John Hernandez, 34 years of age, living the moment. Could very well be his last chance to get to a World Cup. And if they do not win this game tonight, well, they will not be going. They need to win this just to get to the second round of qualifying. Verjal, bounce pass, beautiful play. Hernandez hands it off. Alley-oop pass to Mosquera. Hernandez there for the putback follow. Look at him beating his chest. Saying this means a lot to me and it's got to mean a lot to you as well. Come on, let's go out and win this game. Easy, big fella. Watch him up the top of your screen. He sneaks in, he gets the loose rebound, he goes up, and he was fouled by Dos Santos. Now back to Anderson. Verjao. Benite has it up top. He's open. It's good. Well, if he gets hot, folks, look out. Vitor Benite can carry the team with his jump shooting for long stretches of a game. And there was a foul down low. Is it going to be a double foul? Yes, it was. A double foul on Anderson Verjao and I think Mosquera. But just to confirm that. Anyway, the drive and the miss from Jackson. And then Benite falls onto the hardwood. Yeah, Jackson just kind of slid in there, and Benite went crashing down to the court. So Benite now at the free throw line. 4:47 to go here in the first half. Benite coming off what I would say was a strong season with UCAM Murcia. Played in the Basketball Champions League. And Murcia finished third in that competition. One of the nicest guys you will ever speak to. Of course, the Brazilians are very hospitable. All those guys, Huertas as well. And the Colombianos, well, they don't want to take any prisoners tonight. They want to win and get into that second round. Now the turnover. Mandel up ahead to Yago. Is he going to win the race? Yes, he is. He's going to lay it up and in. And now up to a 9-point lead. Yago Mateus, his first basket of the game. Nice pass inside. Mosquera gets the loose ball. Three-pointer. So Almanza now with 5 points. You know who Yago reminds me of? Is Paul Stoll, plays for Mexico's national team. Santos misses with that long one. Might not be the biggest guy on the court, but he can dominate. Oh, look at that. Mosquera again. Brazil falling asleep, not getting back on defense. Benite for three. Good. He is really no longer heating up. He is hot, and they need to find him. Once Benite finds his range, he's hit a couple of threes in a row now. Mosquera drives in, and Benite on the box out commits the foul. So timeout on the floor. We are getting to the latter stages of this first half.
Este es Almanza, perdón, Atencia. Hey, John Jairo Hernández aquí. Hey, Hanner Mosquera aquí. Almanza saca la pelota. Hey, primera pantalla.
There's the team leaders for Colombia.
Atencia por debajo y aquí. Y venimos atencia acá. Pasamos atencia arriba.
Perder 9 posiciones. ¡Hey! Más tranquilo jugar. ¡Hey! Estamos todavía, no, ahora entramos sin bono. Sí. Box out y correr con razón. Hey. Cuando no tenemos...
3 minutos finais. Firme aí nesses 3 minutos. Firme. Você toma a sexta boba, vai.
Jonas. Vai.
So coming out of the timeout, see how both teams fare here. Well, Hernandez takes a long shot. It misses. I'm not sure that was a very good shot at all. Marcelino Huertas back into the game and gets it over to the scorer and takes the lead back up to 10. Traveling is the call. That turns it back over to Brazil. .218 remaining in this first half. Benite again, that time he's short. Mindell, though, takes the ball, misses the layup. He'll be unhappy with himself on that one. Atencia probes, goes down the lane, brings it back out, hands it off to Esprilla. Now Stalin Ortiz, it's good. Stalin Ortiz. If there's one thing he could do, he could put the ball in the basket. Now charge has been called on Benite, and it was Ortiz taking. Atencia again. Mosquera flies in. No box out from Verjao. Atencia wide open. So Brazil dodged a bullet there. A couple of good looks for the Colombians. Verjao. Mandel, now Hetzheimer, who's back in the game. Verjao there for the putback. And he will go to the line for an and one.
That last goal was pure class on the counter.
Anderson Verjao makes the free throw inside the final minute now of the first half. Colombia would like to get a couple of shots here. Try to get a little bit closer, get a little bit more momentum. Atencia leans into it, banks it in. So Brazil will try to hold it for one last shot. I'm guessing Tennessee will not go out and pressure Huertas. So the pick comes from Hetzheimer. He rolls, as opposed to rolling to the basket, he rolls out to the perimeter. In any event, Huertas takes a three. Goodness me, that is experience right there. What a player. What a player. I hope he plays as long as he wants to, because he is an artist. Brazil lead at 45-34 over Colombia at halftime. So 11-point lead for Brazil at halftime. Looking at how they're doing it, 8 threes to 5 threes for Colombia. Both teams have hit 8 shots inside the arc. Brazil with 6 offensive rebounds of their 19. And that's where we stand. So, folks, I'll let you watch the highlights, and we'll be right back for the second half. Well, 20 more minutes to go in this World Cup qualifier. And Colombia 11 points down right now against Brazil. A game the Colombians need to win as they target a place in the second round of the qualifiers. Brazil, meanwhile, are 4-1 coming in this game. The same record as Venezuela, the team that I guess sprung a mild upset over them earlier in this window of the qualifiers. So they need every win they can get as they go into that second round, because all the results carry over and it's going to be very competitive, getting to become one of the 7 teams that advances to the 32-team World Cup. Now remember, to go from the first round, where there are 4 groups, to the second round, to then the World Cup. From the second round to the World Cup, you have 3 teams from each of the 16 groups. The top 3 will advance and progress, and the best of the 2 fourth-place teams. So every record counts. Every result counts, rather, from this first. You carry it over. And so, for example, if Brazil win this game, then they will begin the next round with a 5-1 record. So that's how crucial it is. And the competition for spots is going to be pretty intense. So in Group F, you have Venezuela. You will have Venezuela and Brazil and either Colombia, if Colombia were to win tonight and Chile were to lose. If both Colombia and Chile were to win tonight, then it would be Chile that would advance, because they would have the head-to-head over Colombia. And also going into that Group F would be Canada, Dominican Republic, and Virgin Islands. Canada are 5-1. Dominican Republic will be favored against the 0-5 Bahamas tonight. So that would you would expect to have both Canada and the Dominican Republic going into Group F as the 5-1 teams. Well, welcome back, folks. If you've just returned to Medellin, second half is underway, and already Mosquera has earned a trip to the free throw line. And either Benite or Verjao was called for a foul here. And in fact, it was Anderson Verjao. Mosquera misses the first one, rather. So still an 11-point game. Second one, however, is good, so it's back to 10. Marcelinho dribbling up high. Over to Hetzheimer. Now Anderson, Verjao, and Marcelinho tried to sneak in there going baseline to get a layup. Mandel ends up beating Almanza to the ball, and bounce pass back to Anderson, and Asprilla called for the foul on Mandel. He took out a advertising hoarding and maybe even a photographer's assistant down there. Good defense, denying Brazil. Now, good recovery from Marcelo Huertas. Knocked the ball out of bounds. Stalin Ortiz misses. Huertas gets the ball up quickly to Mindel. Now Hetzheimer. Marcelinho left open, so he puts it up and in. Marcelinho, you know, the older that he becomes, the better he gets. He's just an incredible player. Atencia thought about going up, but Anderson Varejao was there, so he passed it back out. Mosquera just inside the top of the key. Now quick outlet pass, Dos Santos. Anderson Varejao gets it and scores with reverse layup. Gotta love the fact that Anderson Varejao, meanwhile, folks, has come back to play for Brazil in the World Cup qualifiers. Got injured right before the 2016 Olympics. Imagine how brutal that must have been for him to have to miss those games. Well, he was there watching him as a fan. And then to come back out and play for the national team now, it's been a huge lift for them. And look at that. Brazil beat Colombia up the floor. And look at the playfulness of Hetzheimer and Anderson Varejao. Anderson Varejao is just a leader, a wonderful leader to have in this team. He's your best friend. It's everything. And now Colombia back to the drawing board.
Atención, vamos en puño, siguiente jugada. Vamos en puño. Atencia.
Otra cosa es, ¿cómo o tenemos creación por
Derecho, por ese lado de allá.
Tenemos balón dentro, o hecho Anderson, flare, corte, esas son dos cosas para jugar, porque o crea él, y vosotros, a tope.
Os balões assim, galera. Esquece, sem bola, principalmente pelo fundo, os pequenos, porque eles ajudam muito. Quando tem o pick and roll, cortar nas costas.
Agora están tocados. Mira, en caso que cambian la zona o algo así, estamos preparados por eso.
A defesa,
Sounds like Petrovic is mixing in some Spanish and some Portuguese. Could be wrong. But all credit to him. Atencia goes behind his back. Little jump shot, a little bit too long. Jackson, good, the three-pointer. Blues wide open. And boy, were they desperate for 3 points. They were indeed. That gets it back to 14. Foul down low on Jackson. Drive, and Anderson Varejao just lays it up over and in, as easy as you like. Atencia. The drive from Jackson, no good. Verjao quickly toward Marcelinho, and then he gets it up ahead to Mandel, and it's just, wow, picture perfect fast break. They could videotape that, send it to the basketball schools and say, this is how you do it, folks. Mosquera gets in the lane. Asprilla with the rebound. Offensive foul called on Asprilla. And that was Anderson Verjao feeling the weight of that shot. That was Jackson's previous three-pointer. Cameron Moreno is expressing his disagreement. Three-pointer no good, but Mandel there crashing for the rebounds, and I think Anderson Verjao now coming over the back and being called for the foul on Asprilla. Mosquera, long jump shot, no good. And Anderson with the rebound. Look at him handle the ball. Huertas drives down the lane, scores. Atencia for three, no good. And Jonathan Dos Santos with the rebound. Dos Santos battling for the rebound. The scrap. Petrovic being inquisitive, talking to his players. This is what we do, this is what we don't do, he says. So slight delay as players come out. Not sure what that delay is for, to be honest. Marcelinho guarding Atencia, trying to make him take some time off the clock. Perhaps, no, just trying to put some pressure on him. Long three for Colombia. And right now they're facing a 20-point deficit. And Scott Machado easily brings it up the floor. Look at that. Marcelinho Huertas. Short jump shot. Mendoza. Well, Petrovic looking on. I mean, he can't be too unhappy with how things are going. Jackson makes the 2 free throws, but at the end of the day, entry pass. Scott Machado. And the drive, and Riz. He's there now on the break. Machado gives it back to Hetzheimer, and the lead is 25 points after that three-pointer. The follow is good from Stalin Ortiz, but they can't trade baskets. Hetzheimer, little fadeaway. Well, Colombia will take that. And Ortiz, well, gets the low fives for that one. And does not make the free throw as well. Now Yago doesn't mess around. He pushes the tempo quickly. Yago, little magic there. Oh, nice jump shot from Silva. Oh, that was a beautiful release. Brazil do have some shooters, don't they? Atencia, his team trailing about 24. And Mosquera got in there and tried to posterize somebody. Trying to posterize Dos Santos. Dos Santos said, "What did I do to you?" But Mosquera drew the foul. Colombia, I mean, this is a matter of life and death, effectively. If they win, they've got a chance to go to the second round. If they lose, they're out. Machado back over to the corner, and now Machado gets it, goes up looking for a foul, and he gets it. So first one is good from Machado. Lucas Silva's just 22 years of age. He's in there. You know, he hit that 1 3-pointer. Then he missed one from the left corner. But he's a player. He's 2.03 meters in height. He's 6 feet 8 inches. He has a big future with his national team. He's been averaging just over 6.5 points and almost 4 rebounds per game for Brazil in the qualifiers. Plays for Paulistano in Brazil. Teammate of Iago there. Now Atencia gets in. Oh boy, he has got a nose for the basket. He really works hard, you can see. And now Marcelinho blocked by Hernandez. Atencia, alley-oop, oh goodness me. Mosquera goes up. He puts a hurting on that rim. And Hernandez, that Bulldog spirit is out there. Number 14. Now it's an alley-oop. Oh, just talking about the Silva. He answers. Three-pointer. Machado alley-oop. Oh, and this time Reyes doesn't convert. And then De Silva fouled from behind. First one good for De Silva. Second one, however, no good. Reyes with the rebound. Three-pointer good for Marcelinho. All the excitement just kind of fades in Medellin as Brazil reestablish. Almost go up by 30 points now. They're up by 28. Well, Mosquera that time tried to throw it down with a little bit of pizzazz, but first and foremost, he needs to make sure he gets the points. And he didn't. So Renan Lenz looking to get his first points, as well as Jonathan Dos Santos. Well, I'm not saying they're looking for it, but well, some serious arc on that shot, that rainbow three from Lucas De Silva. Didn't come close to making it, though. 76-48, Brazil on top of Colombia after 3. Well, 6 more threes have fallen for Brazil. Now they've hit 4 more shots inside the arc as well. I mean, they're just, they owned that third quarter, and it went basically from bad to worse. There was a moment late in the quarter when Colombia got the fans excited with a few possessions going down, but every time Brazil had an answer. Brazil actually outscored Colombia 31 14 in the frame. And you can see they were so on top of Colombia that just a happy spirit erupted over there on the bench. So fourth quarter action underway, and Vitor Benite back in the game. Brandon Lenz flies in to get the rebound, but no need as Vitor Benite drills it from deep. Atencia. He misses from deep as well. Brandon Lenz with the rebound. And Brandon Lenz misses everything, just grazes the outside of the net. And a good drive. Puts the pressure on the D and gets the foul. So Luis Almanza is the first on Brazil in this quarter. 8:42 remaining. And the hopes of Colombia fading every second if they don't start to come back. Down 30. Remember, they need a win. Atencia hits the jumper. Of course, if Chile are watching this, they'll be happy. Of course, their goal differential in their head-to-heads. They won a game against Colombia, but they lost a game to Colombia. But they're +1 in those 2 games. Goal differential. Nice shot from Vitor Benite. Steady performer, Benite. A quiet 18 points. That's when you know you're good. He scores it very easily. Benite comes from behind, knocks it away. Mosquera takes it right at Brandon Lenz and scores. So he makes the second. But it's a long way away for these Colombianos. A long way to get back. Machado. De Silva misses from deep. Now Machado has it. And another miss from long way away from Jimmy de Oliveira. Oh, beautiful bounce pass to Brandon Lenz. Lenz ought to say thanks to Machado. That was a good play, setting him up. Now Lenz will go to the line. Sweet pass from Machado. And then Machado does what a good teammate does. He goes over and picks him up. Brandon misses the first. Shot of free throw is good. Almanza misses. And here comes Machado. Oh, beautiful pass again. This one back to Benite, who, quite frankly, folks, is just rewriting the how-to book on shooting. I mean, he's been terrific. 22 points now for Vitor Benite. Mosquera misses from deep. Almanza misses down low, gets it back up and puts it in. Scott Machado says, I'm going to do something about this. I want to get on the scoreboard. Again, he's got 8 points. Zero looks like they might get to 100. So that was Mejia air ball. And De Silva, perhaps a little more effort required on that one. He's upset with himself. I wonder if he might come out of the game for that. Seems like it, yeah. Cipollini comes in. So Silva goes out. Jackson open. Cipollini called for the foul on the rebound. On Henestroza. Atencia misses from 3, and Renan Lin boards, gets it off to Machado. Cipollini for 3. The Brazilians are putting the ball in the basket, and they're doing it frequently from 3-point range. 14 of 31. Not bad shooting. Drive no good. Cipollini tries to rebound it. Benite. Well, that foul called on Scott Machado. Not on that play. So we are right around the midpoint of the 4th quarter. Let's go down to the bench.
Atencia trae la pelota. Aquí está Almanza. Cuando Atencia llegue aquí, a este lado, la trae por el lado izquierdo. ¿Sí? Acá va a estar Pincho. Hey, usted, Michael Jackson. Viene y corta hasta aquí. ¿Ya? Hey, Almanza hace esto y corta entre Michael.
Era, no sé. Ela, coge este rebote porque estás pegado en pintura. Por rebote, vamos a acabar eso muy bien. Que con buenas sensaciones acabamos este último partido.
Let's finish this off with good decisions. Come on. That's what he says. Pass to Hernandez. And good play inside. Good hustle as well. Now another chance for Jackson. Oh, he goes all the way. Goodness me. Plus he's going to the line for an and one. Jackson misses, and then misses on the follow. Three-point shot for good for Jackson. He's come out and he's done a little bit of scoring tonight for the team. Hasn't been enough, but certainly hasn't given up. Jimmy Oliveira off target. Now Atencia again. And the ball batted out of bounds. Long jumper, no good. Chased down by Benitez. It's good. Reverse layup. He's going to have a big number tonight, isn't he? Already got 24 points. Basket is good. And chasing it down behind the back pass, and Dos Santos couldn't quite finish, and that's going to leave Atencia for an easy one. Machado brings it up lazily. And an offensive foul called. On Dos Santos. And the follow-up is good. Trying to make the scoreline a little bit more respectable. Well, Machado goes to double digits with that. Atencia kind of hangs in the air. Now Machado. Oh, he's going to try to make it beautiful behind the back pass to Dos Santos. Here goes Hernandez. Hernandez plays with a lot of fire. He's at the free throw line. He misses the first one. Also in the Americas tonight, Dominican Republic host Bahamas, and in this group, Chile will be at home to Venezuela. Game will actually be played in Valdivia, the Coliseo Antonio Azarmendi. So it should have a festive atmosphere, as they know they will already be in the second round, but Colombia wanting to go out with a bang here. They get it back to 95-69. Benite for three. Gosh knows, he's a machine, isn't he? Leave him open. How many times does he need to be left open before a team actually goes out and puts a hand in his face? I mean, he is a great shooter. Atencia in the lane. It's good. Benite 5 of 9 from three-point range tonight, 9 of 15 from the floor overall. The only chink in his armor has been his free throws, where he's 2 of 6, and that just befuddles me. It confuses me. How can such a great shooter not be accurate at the free throw line when nobody's around him or nobody's getting a hand in his face? Anyway, it doesn't matter. Brazil cruise to victory. They win it big time over Colombia. They charge into the second round with 5 wins. Colombia bow out of competition.
Hey, buddy, you! Hey!
So the game stats. See, Brazil cruised, shot much better, ended up out rebounding their opponents. See, Anderson Fanjal was going for an early shower, and his teammates called him back out. Guess they're going to have a little pep talk here before they adjourn to the changing room, and then to say thank you for the fans that came out. Well, I thought the game was played in a good spirit tonight. That was nice to see. Ortiz with 14 points, Benite 28. Gosh, just think if he'd made 4 more free throws, he would have been. Vitor, if you watch this, you know, if you watch the replay, you know you should be making those free throws. Ortiz with 1 steal and Iago Mateas with 2. Hetzheimer and Marcelo Huertas, 19 apiece. Almanza and Atencia also amongst the leaders for Colombia, whose bid to reach the second round has come to an end. So I'll let you look back at some of these highlights. And while you do, I'll just remind you that what's going to happen is Brazil will go into the second round along with Venezuela and Chile. And they will go into Group F. And there they will play Canada, the Dominican Republic, and Virgin Islands, U.S. Virgin Islands. Wins will come at a premium. They'll need to finish in the top 3 to move in to the FIBA Basketball World Cup, to qualify for the World Cup. If they don't finish in the top 3, the best 4th place team will also go. So there's still that chance. So 7 teams in total from the Americas will go to the FIBA Basketball World Cup. 12 teams will go from Europe, 5 teams will go from Africa, and 7 teams will go from Asia, not including China. China will also be there as the host nation. So going into that